This feels so surreal to say, but happy Miami Music Week, everyone. We're making it. We're finally going. We made it happen. I leave on Wednesday to Miami, and I'm so pumped, you guys. This is AID's first music week. Which, by the way, are we calling it AID Music Week? I think that's the vibe. That's the energy. AID Music Week. Can't wait to bring you guys all along with me. This is going to be a for fun, for play kind of trip, a big celebration, if you will. You know, I've been making a lot of moves in my life. My 9 to 5 has been busy. My outside life has been busy, and I'm really just excited to like dance, bop around at all these parties, have a great time. And so we leave on Wednesday. I'm going with my boyfriend Andrew. We also have some friends going as well in different groups and stuff that we're going to meet up with. In today's video, I'm just going to share with you guys what parties we're going to, where you can find me, where I'm going to be at, all the stuff. It was definitely a little overwhelming planning and managing all of that, figuring all the plans out, but I feel really excited about all the things that we're doing. We're kind of getting a little bit of everything. And of course, as I come back from this trip, I just know I'm going to have so many tips on how you survive Music Week, how you plan, how do you go to all the things. I really just allowed myself to just kind of like go where the wind takes me and all of that. You have, you know, something going on almost every day. I didn't want to overwhelm my schedule too much. I don't want to burn out. I also have Coachella weekend 1 coming up right around the corner after Music Week. So I was being very mindful about all of that. Leave me a comment if you're going to Miami Music Week. Let me know what you're doing, what your plans are, and all the things. And let me know if AID Music Week sounds like the vibe. Also, if you are watching this, the vlogs. Do we want one big Miami Music Week vlog, or should I do the separate days? Because I'm going Wednesday to Monday. Might not be a vlog for every day because there might be some recovery, but let me know. Do we want a vlog for each of the days or one big vlog? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. So like I said, we fly in on Wednesday afternoon. When it came to the Wednesday nighttime activities, we originally had tickets for Frankie Rizzardo at the ground, which is at Club Space. It's at the ground level floor. That is someone I've been wanting to see, but Frankie Rizzardo is going to be on a couple of the other lineups of who we're seeing. So we actually decided to pivot, and we are going to be going to Experts Only at Toe Jam Backlot on that Wednesday, which has, you know, a lineup of Roddy Lima, Cole Knight, A-Boy, who I'm excited to see again, Westend, who absolutely killed his seismic set last year, so always excited to see him. I'm very intrigued by Layton Giordani, back-to-back Max Styler. I mean, they are both at the top of their game right now. I'm a huge Max Styler fan. I love him so much. And then, of course, the question marks. Probably John Summit, because he was booked for Ultra, so I imagine he couldn't put himself on this lineup. Radius clauses, all the things, but there's workarounds to these things. You know what I mean? I've never been to Toe Jam Backlot. I've been to Miami a couple times, never done Toe Jam Backlot. So if you guys have any tips about that, let me know. But super excited to kick off, you know, Miami Music Week. I can't remember the times that this one was until, but we were even kind of seeing like, oh, could we do both Frankie Rizzardo at the ground and Experts Only? But we've just decided to go fully Experts Only. And then moving into Thursday, during the day, this is probably the one pool party I'm going to do. We're actually staying in Miami Beach. So I think I'm going to pop over to, it's called Splashdown. It actually was started by a group of homies from Arizona. You know, this event that they started doing, they're actually doing a Miami Music Week event at the Clevelander, which I've actually been to way back when. I went during my best friend Emma's bachelorette party. I think this was the place that Jersey Shore filmed at or something too. But they're doing a pool party that is from 11 to 7. So that's going to be the one pool party I do. Honestly, with all the night events ending so late, I don't think I could do multiple pool parties. Like, I would just not sleep. Because during the pool parties, that's kind of when you're sleeping for the nighttime. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to stop by, say hi to some homies there. They have Goodfella headlining, which is cool. I've been wanting to see him. I also know a couple people just from like Arizona stuff. Kaysen, I've heard of. Maxlow, I just saw in Groove Cruise. So yeah, super pumped to check this event out, hang out with some of the Arizona homies, say hi to them. So that will be our one pool party. Of course, there were some other solid pool parties. There was like a Tool Room, Mark Knight pool party. There was a Hot Since 82 pool party. But it's tough when that's probably when you're going to be sleeping. Or if you're going to Ultra, right? During Ultra days of Friday through Sunday, you're probably going to be at Ultra instead of some of these pool parties. So you definitely have to kind of figure out the schedule that works best for you. And then going into Thursday night, we have Factory Town. This will be my first time going to Factory Town. And I understand that there's like different stages and sections. Like it's basically like its own little mini festival in a way, which I think is really cool. So if you guys have any tips or insight about Factory Town, everyone's been telling me to watch my stuff. Beware of the pickpocketers. So like we're aware about that. With this night of Factory Town, we have Marco Carola presents music on in the Infinity Room. I haven't seen Marco Carola since Circo Loco came to Austin in 2022, and I have been fiending for a Marco Carola set. But we also have Ben Sterling presents Planet X in the Chain Room, which I love Ben Sterling. Like his space set with Beltran has been on repeat lately. He also just did a Raw Cut set that was in New York, also fire. And then at Cypress End stage, there's Hernan, Cattaneo, and Sasha with the lineup there. And then there's also Sara Landry at the park. She presents Hekate, I think is how you pronounce it. And then in the warehouse is Worship, which is going to be drum and bass. And all of those lineups have been announced with the Hernan, Cattaneo, back-to-back Sasha. There's also Dear Jade. Enamor's on this lineup, which is kind of like a This Never Happened artist, which I think is cool. I think this kind of vibe is going to be a little bit like maybe more Afro house, melodic house, Tulum, organic house kind of vibes. We also have Facundo Moore and Max Stern at that stage. With the Planet X Ben Sterling stage, we have Beltran, Ben Sterling. There's a secret guest, which I'm curious about. Elliot Schooling, Fletch, Josh Baker, who has been on my list to see. Love him. Liam Palmer, which I've seen him a couple times on these different lineups, so I might check him out because obviously might be a similar vibe that I like. Matissa, same thing. And then Rossi. It's going to be really hard to pull me away from this stage, but the only person that could do it is Marco Carola because this lineup is also fire. We got Marco Carola, Luciano, Chris Dussy, Frankie Rizzardo, back-to-back East End dubs. Like, that's why we were like, okay, it's okay, we're not going to Frankie Rizzardo. The reason why we want to go to Frankie Rizzardo too is because Black Child is on there, but Black Child's on another lineup of something we're going to, which is great. And then we also have Mason Collective, which is also fire, and Cole Knight. So I feel like I need to look up at a map again. I looked it up before, but I feel like I'm just going to be bouncing back and forth. But then also, like, this is one of the things where like these Factory Town lineups, it like plays to all the different parts of my music personality. Because then the techno is going to be calling my name. Like, I feel like it's just going to be whispering to me. You know, I could go see a little bit of Sara Landry. AK Sports is really great. So is Charlie Sparks. There's also God Tripper Live. Nico Moreno. Like, that's really hard to not go there. And then Raven and Ultra Them. You know, it's just that techno sometimes calls to me. And so does the drum and bass. Like, I'd be curious to pop over there, see what's going on at that stage. Like, I feel like I'm just going to have to stop by all of them just to see and then go where my heart is telling me, depending on how these set times lay out. At Worship Miami, which is going to be at the warehouse at Factory Town. We have Sub Focus. I think the question marks are all Dimension. I think he might be on the Ultra lineup, so they had to do the question marks there. Culture Shock, 1991. Aeon Mode, which is that blank? I don't know if that's his alter ego. I might be wrong about that. Unannounced special guest DMB set. Interesting. And then Ariza and Shinobi. I could pop over for some drum and bass. I wouldn't be there all night, but I could pop up over there for a little vibe. But I'm probably just going to be going back and forth between Music On and Planet X. Like, it's just how it's gonna go. So that's Thursday. And then going into Friday, we don't have anything during the day. We will probably be sleeping, recuperating, all the things, because we are going to be getting ready for Solid Grooves at Club Space. Yes, we have to do it. We have to do it, everyone. They actually just announced the lineup today, which I was like, thank God, a week before. I'm curious what the set times will be like. And yeah, I've also been curious. I've been to Space before, but I know that there's the ground level stage. There's also Floyd. Is there another stage or something? Because I did see a leak for Solid Grooves of some times, and not everyone that is on that is on this. So I was a little bit confused, but if anyone can help me out with that. Also, Andrew and I made a rookie mistake with our Solid Grooves tickets. We've got the before 1 a.m. ticket, and we're like, I don't know if we're going to survive. if we go out before 1 a.m. through the rest of the day. Like, I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it. So if anyone can answer for me, if we go after 1 a.m., someone has told me that we just pay the difference for the other ticket and then like we'll be fine. If anyone can confirm what happens if we show up after 1 a.m. I'm also on the wait list for, you know, a different ticket. Who knows if that will go through. So let a girl know if you have any insight on how that works with space. Like if we just go after 1 a.m., would we just pay the difference, get turned away? Like, what's the move here? If anyone happens to find out about a trustworthy source selling their anytime entry ticket or their like before 7 a.m. ticket, also let a girl know. So that's where we're at. We have a before 1 a.m. ticket. We're going to try to figure something out with that because there's no way. We're going to want to stay through. So like Friday, we're technically not doing anything because we're just going to be resting and sleeping. And then getting in Saturday morning, whether it's before 1 a.m. or after 1 a.m. To go through all the day on Saturday. Like that's just going to be our Saturday, is being at Solid Grooves for a little brunch, a little breakfast, a little brunch, a little lunch, you know. It's interesting that it says it's on Friday, but like really that's our Saturday plans. I know a lot of people, they're going to be doing Solid Grooves to the Arc Boat party, and then that goes into Factory Town, and then that goes into blah, blah, blah. Like, we're going to do Solid Grooves until we can't do Solid Grooves anymore on Saturday, and then go home and rest for Sunday. But let's go over this lineup. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have, I think, Basil Darwish. Not too familiar. We'll definitely look him up. Ben Sterling, of course. Black Child, who I've never seen before, so would love to see him. Beltran, Fire. Carlita. It's been a while since I've had a Carlita set, and I love her so much, so I'm pumped about that. Chase West is going to be so good. Love him. Another Chris Dussy set, so if I don't see Chris Dussy at the Marco Carola stage, definitely will see him at Space. Daniel Lino, I don't know how you say that. I'm butchering that, but I've definitely heard of him, haven't seen him. Dennis Cruz is always fire. Excited to see him again. Elliot Schooling, I think he was on another lineup, so definitely going to check him out. Josh Baker again, great. Keena Howe, I know he did like a B3B with Slug and Chase West. That was on YouTube. That was really good. So I'd be curious what his vibe is solo. Then we have Liam Palmer, Luciano, Fire, Maher Daniel. I'm butchering all these names. I'm so sorry. And then, of course, we have BB. Everyone's upset. Like, no Pasa, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I love Pasa. Saw him a lot at ARC, but we get BB. I'm so excited to see BB again. It's been way too long. I can't wait. That's going to be great. Then we have Miss Mata. She's great. Seen her a couple times. Rossi, again, have another chance to see him. Salome Lechat. Sylvie Lodo, I know is like kind of like a resident a little bit at some of the Space stuff and other Miami things. I'm excited to see her and check her out because I've heard a lot of good things. And then we have Wheats, which I haven't seen Wheats since Seismic 2021 or 2022, and he's so good. He just doesn't get booked around a lot. He was at the Cut, I think, last year at some point. I just couldn't go. So needless to say, I think this is going to probably be my favorite, but we're going to be thriving. I'm so excited. Anyone just help me out with the tickets. Let me know if we'll be fine with those 1 a.m. tickets, or if you happen to have any leads of someone selling their ticket or wants to trade their ticket. That's also fine by me too. So yeah, that is our Friday/Saturday plans, and then that kind of gives us time to like rest and recuperate for Sunday. I have never been to Ultra, so I think my best bet of going to Ultra without committing to the 3 days is buying my Ultra ticket off of someone that is no longer going, right? Someone goes to Ultra, they go the first 2 days, they don't want to go the third day. I think I'm going to send it and do it because I've never been, and I think it just needs to happen. If I'm going to Miami during Miami Music Week, I just need to take a little gander, see the vibe, see what's going on, see the mega structure, and feel really complete about that. So I think that's going to be the side quest of my Miami Music Week weekend, is to pop over to Ultra for a little hot minute. And then we are going to finish our Music Week experience. We're not going to do Factory Town, although who knows, we might last minute get a ticket to Factory Town for the closing party there. But we do have the Space closing party. I think our tickets were for 3 a.m., which is honestly fine for this one because Beltran's at 4 a.m. So That one's totally fine. Our flight is on Monday too at like 5 o'clock. So we're honestly probably just going to be at space until like 3. And we have TSA pre-check, so we'll be fine. So yeah, we have the space closing week party. So we'll get in for Beltran. We'll see Dennis Cruz, back-to-back Paca Osuna, and then another back-to-back Marco Carola. I'm super happy about. And then we'll see a little bit of Chris Stussy, who we've seen probably multiple times throughout the weekend. And then we're going to fly back to Austin. I was bummed to not see Peggy Goo at space, but she's actually coming for Seismic Dance Event Light, which, by the way, code Vibey gets you tickets for Seismic Light. So yeah, that kind of completes our Music Week experience. We might do Factory Town closing. I would like to go to the Another party that they have going on there, their album party. Chase West, I know, is doing a stage takeover there. And then, of course, there's also the Elro experience. But I also get my Elro fix at ARC every year because we're going to ARC this year as well. So that kind of rounds out the Music Week experience. I know I could always be doing more and be going to more parties, checking this out, checking that out. But I think this is just going to allow me to like ease into it and really get a feel for what it's like when my sleep schedule is completely backwards. And like I said, I am also going to Coachella weekend 1. So I literally get back from Miami, and then that Friday I go to Denver for a friend's 30th birthday. I come back that Sunday back to Austin, and then I leave Thursday for Coachella. So it's gonna be a crazy 3 weeks. But I'm super excited to kick this off with Miami Music Week. I have always wanted to do this, and I feel like this is really rounding out my US festival experiences I need to have, especially as I am completing my 20s because I'm turning 30 in May. So this is kind of like my little ending of my 20s bender tour, you know. But if you guys have any tips, guidance, let me know in the comments. Let me know what I should be thinking about for Miami Music Week. Are we calling it Aid Music Week? Give me the vibes here. So I am super pumped. Oh, also the vlogs. Let me know. Do we want one big vlog? Do we want multiple day vlogs? Even on the days where we might just be rotting and going to the beach or something, because we are staying in Miami Beach. So our decompression will be like literally on the beach throughout the time that we're staying there. But yeah, sound off in the comments. Let a girl know. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're going to Miami Music Week and any of these parties, if you see me, definitely say hi. And feel free to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to vibe with me if you are not a part of the Vibey fam. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.